Hello everybody, Gamer219 here, and this is a little bit of a short review-ish, my own thoughts for the DLC Jurassic Park. Um, this is a latest DLC to the Jurassic World Evolution game, and it's called Return to Jurassic Park, and it was one of the quite a few top anticipated DLC late 2019, which eventually was released on December. And so in it, it's on its own separate campaign continuity in which you return to the island of Isla Nublar around 6 months after the events of the original Jurassic Park film. And you are with a young version of Cabot Finch that you would meet in the base game of Jurassic World. And then you're also returning to the park with uh, with Dr. Alan Grant, Ian Malcolm, and Ellie Sadler, along with John Hammett. The coolest things that the developers have done for the DLC was uh, was actually bringing three of the four original cast members to voice their characters. They brought back Sam Neill, Lauren Dern, and Jeff Goldblum. Unfortunately, they could not. I guess it might have been like a lot more costly or something like that, but or some other technical difficulties, but they couldn't get any like original stock footage for the voice of John Hammond, and the original actor who played him passed away several years ago.
I want the world to have that same
And so
I could do without
so
some of the memories
the
of this
DLC was
place.
pretty
That's
cool.
precisely why I asked you all
Upon
to take this
arrival,
journey
you would
with me.
find
Had you been
the
part of
visitor
that process from
center
the
that's
beginning,
damaged,
perhaps our first time
along
around
with
would have been
the
different.
power
Instead,
station and the Velociraptor
Giving you a chance
pen,
to prove it, Joe.
as well as a
More
couple of
importantly, we're
gates
giving these
or
dinosaurs a
fences.
chance to live in harmony with
And
the modern world.
Hmm.
a coolest thing
Never came
that
with some
I didn't notice
wise
until I saw
I'm
comments
going to
from
prove
another
to you
YouTube video
and Dr. Malcolm,
was that a person
I'm going
pointed
to
out that
prove
if
you
you were to
wrong.
look
first
closely
time for everything, I suppose.
at the doors to the visitor center, you could see that not only are they open, but you could actually see the banner "When dinosaurs ruled the earth" on the
Perhaps you can
ground.
imagine
So that's a
everything
pretty
that might
neat
have been different.
nod to the
We
original
still have
film.
our work cut out for us.
Yes, a return to the
And
site of
another
the
cool
crime.
thing from the DLC is
What time would that
you
be?
get to
We
drive
were
the
Joe,
original
something in the
Jeep
way
tours,
you
in which it is
investigated more
the
thoroughly this time.
Ford
I'll
Explorers,
admit that I may have been too
and then
enthusiastic, and that it
as well
may
as riding in
have led
them,
to
and
bad
then
things. That's why I've brought young Cabot Finch along with us.
upon doing like some upgrades
Behind the
as you
scenes, are
progress
you starting to
throughout the gameplay, the campaign,
Oh,
you
great.
get to unlock night vision, and as well as to take photos while inside the tour vehicles.
Then we
And
can
then
restore the core facilities and get a ranger outpost up and running.
We?
Well,
another
you
interesting
personally,
thing, what pretty
and Dr.
cool
Sadler,
thing they had done was
Much to do, but it sounds easy enough.
show like maybe like one or two raptors have are still roaming around on the park. There was unfortunately some it had looked like some of the what do you call it, the exhibits were already damaged or gone because I had looked all over the park and I could not find the T-Rex enclosure. That's the word. Sorry for your probably getting mad. Yeah, I couldn't find anywhere the T-Rex enclosure, nor could I find the Red Sea in at all anywhere in the park, and so pretty much I just resumed what I was doing and made sure I get everything back and running again in the game. Another cool thing they did was the add-ons for the scenery, just to decorate the park. Like they added the signs that would tell the visitors where to go, what kind of dinosaurs are gonna be in the enclosures. The other cool thing they had was the restroom that was similar to the one that Gennaro had ran into when the T-Rex was breaking out of her enclosure during the 1993 Isla Nublar incident. And unfortunately, though, that restroom is not functional, but
You nervous to
luckily,
go, Dr. Grant?
they do have functional restrooms for the park guest.
In kind of a hurry. And I want to make absolutely sure what happened isn't repeated ever again.
And then, what else?
Reluctantly. On the positive side of the ledger, it's a chance to work with living dinosaurs.
Not really shown when you were to like go to the
Dr. Grant. And Mr. Hammond seemed
into the like the management tab where you can like get contracts, but there's actually 4 contracts.
is something I pride
There's a
myself
contract
on.
from Dr. Grant, from Ellie, from John Hammond, and from Ian. Ian will be like the one that's doing all this, like the usual chaos theory as he does, and when we first met him in the film, and then Grant will be the dinosaur expert, and Ellie will be the what do you call it? The study of like how the dinosaurs life would have lived, the plant life and everything, and I think it might have been paleontology, but I know there's a right word that's under Ellie's job description, and another cool thing is that you get to return to Isla Sorna in the same year of 1993, and of course you'll be going to that island to fix up the reestablish the facilities after the hurricane had went over the island, and that's where you would get most of the dinosaurs onto Isla Nublar. And it's interesting to hear some of the characters talk about after the events of the Jurassic Park. Eventually, they found out that about the rival company Biosyn. They find out about Nedry,
nature would take its course,
and
as it always
so pretty much
does.
the Biosyn will be like talked about quite a bit.
There's no denying this is the single most important
And
place
then
on
I want to
Earth.
say that another one of everybody's favorites features in
What of
the
Dr. Grant?
He and I are a
Jurassic
team.
Park
Thick and thin,
DLC
you know?
was the
Yes.
killing animation for Red Sea.
Still,
When you have
chaos.
her
Dr. Sackler,
face against a
chaos has me
Velociraptor,
contemplating whether we
she
can
would
actually
they would do like
make things better, or
the
just
fight
delay the
that
It all
they
comes down to
both were in
responsibility.
the
last time
first
we were
film,
here, we were Hammond's
and just like
guests.
in the movie,
This
Red
time,
Sea will
we were like
grab onto the
brothers.
Velociraptor
Now
and
we
toss
have
it
the knowledge
after
and the
killing
means
it.
to make a change.
And I always thought that was pretty
Ambitious,
fun to
Dr.
see.
Sackler. That's ambitious, but
And
yeah, I do like the sentiment.
Good.
I think the most
I'll need a research
insane
module
dinosaurs
added
to
the
keep
visitor
an eye on
center. Then we
was
can get a look at the different
the
fencing available.
Let's
I
add an
think they
emergency
call it the
bunker to that list as well. I mean,
Compsophists or
we've
something
both
like that.
experienced how effective
It's also known as the
fences
Compies,
have been in
and
the past.
my god, and let me tell you, they are really tiny. It's really hard to see them, and especially when you want to try and take photos from the Jeep Wranglers. And then what else? I want to say that's about it. Of course, they brought back the aviary, which I believe was introduced in the DLC Claire's Sanctuary. But only this time, for the Return to Jurassic Park DLC, you still get the aviary, but you're only limited to the pteranodons, which is kind of kind of weird but understandable. Like considering that at the time of the original 3 films, there was only pteranodons, and then it's not until the Jurassic World that they had some other flying dinosaur, but I can't remember the top of my head. But it's the one that was trying to eat Owen before Claire shot it. Pretty much both the Jeeps and the tour vehicles, like in the trailers, they are pretty much damageable from almost every single dinosaur. The carnivores would pretty much just like bang it or just toss it. As well as the herbivores, they would just kind of like move it, and it's basically pretty much because, like, you know, it's like something about like animal territory. Yeah, they're being territorial, or you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like, for instance, with when I was doing in a tour vehicle, passing by the Gallimimus enclosure. Well, I had set up to where the tour would go into the enclosure, pass by the Gallimimus, so they could see like up close and personal. Only I didn't realize that how tall the Gallimimus were, as opposed to how strong they were. Like, they literally like pushed just one pushed the tour vehicle to the side before it righted itself up and returned back to the tour. Another incident was the Brachiosaurus. And this was also on me because of how I put the layout for the fences, as I was doing more enclosures for the other dinosaurs. That the Brachiosaurus had literally caused a traffic jam amongst all the other tour vehicles. And so there was like basically literally like 10 tour vehicles stopped because the Brachiosaurus was pushing them all. And then also pretty much you would have to like research all the dinosaur DNA genes to 100% all over again. So pretty much it's like it made sense, especially since you're on a separate campaign from it. And then another interesting feature is that you could actually play the 1993 settings on all the other islands of the archipelago, on all the other islands of death. I haven't tried it out yet, but it's pretty cool to see you could do that, especially when you could actually play on sandbox mode. The sandbox mode Isla Nublar 2015, but in a 1993 settings. That large open map area, you get you can actually change it to that settings, to that time era. And of course they kept it separated, so that of course you can only have one era attractions and features, and it's not like crossable or not crossable. Basically, like you'd only have like one era per sandbox mode that you cannot have two at the same time. And what else? Overall, I liked it. Uh, I do recommend everybody to get the DLC. It's and play it. It's pretty fun. Even for those who grew up with the Jurassic Park Operation Genesis game. Unfortunately, I didn't get the chance to play it, but I'm pretty sure it's like a very big nostalgic for many who has played the game. And then I want to say that's about it. Hope y'all took interest in this review video, and hope y'all could check it out, the rest of the Jurassic Park DLC and Jurassic World Evolution game. Its gameplay and features, I know everybody is posts a lot of videos about it, and until next time everybody, see you soon.